Hi guys, that's me, Ida. Nearly 1 year ago, 17 years old, a student who is definitely ready to leave school, but with absolutely no clue what comes afterwards. But thanks to those two, I got introduced to the European Solidarity Corps, and I applied for this project here in Romania. And I was super happy when Honorio said that he's going to let me come here, which means I go to a country I've never been to before. I work with children, and I'm far away from my parents, so they cannot come over every time they want. And yes, after trips, graduation, prom, it was time to finally say goodbye to everybody that I know. And yeah, start a new chapter in my life. And with garlic and a cross in my pocket, I was ready to go to Romania. Getting there was actually quite an adventure. Taking the plane, waiting 6 hours at the airport, taking the bus for another 6 hours. But in the end, I finally arrived in Bayamare, so it was time to explore the city where I'm going to stay for the next 9 months. And also to get to know the other volunteers a little bit better. In the office, we just built a lot of things and didn't really do anything beside of this. But we got introduced to all the other people, and yeah, to let them know that there are new volunteers in the city now. We met a lot of new people, had a lot of fun. We went to the surroundings of Bayamare and yeah, saw a little bit of Maramuresh, built a bridge, and then it was already time to go to Bucharest. Taking the night train for 14 hours, totally worth it. We had an amazing hotel, met so many people from so many different countries, and had the best dance session ever. And I can just say this has been an amazing week. After this eventful week, we were definitely tired, but the Chestnut Festival woke us all up again. And we had to be awake as we had our first real event, and it was amazing and super exciting, and also the start for all the real activities. And yeah, I have to admit, I was a bit afraid in the beginning because I've never done something like this before, but soon I realized how much the kids appreciate everything you do, no matter what that is. And what I also appreciated is that we finally got our bikes after begging and begging, but now they're all at home, so we don't really use them. But we definitely didn't stay at home. We kind of started our daily life, which contains a lot of going to schools, the conversation clubs, going to the events of other volunteers, but also travel a lot, see a lot of different places, spend as much time as possible together, and but also partying. And hangovers are included, but of course just at the weekend so that we're ready for the schools during the week. But then it was already time for my family to come, and I was really happy they were here and they brought a lot of things that I needed. But I kind of enjoyed it when they got back to Germany because I got my freedom back and I kind of enjoyed to live without them. But then it was also time for the camp, and that was a hard thing to do because the first time with the same kids 5 days a week. But it was super nice, and we celebrated ourselves by going to Cluj in the weekend. And yeah, seeing some volunteers that we met in Bucharest. And then also my dad came to visit with his girlfriend, which was also super nice. And it is kind of weird to see your dad in Lockout, so the place where you always go with your friends. At this point, it is maybe important to say that Lockout became somehow our second home, and we go there nearly every weekend, which means that whenever somebody else is visiting, we show them the place right away. But the time here has also been sometimes a time to say goodbye. Some people left, but also a time to say hello to a lot of things, like my new passion to kickboxing or hello to my new tattoo, which is pretty nice. And yes, and hello to Lockout again. I gotta live forever. I just wanna live forever. But then it was time to become a little bit quieter as it's about to be Christmas. And this was the first Christmas that I didn't spend at home, which means that, yeah, my home has to come to me. And with a lot of packages, that was nice. And also Auntie Nea got a lot of mail, which was really heavy to carry home, but we managed it. And then we had an amazing Christmas dinner with all the people that are important for our project. And it was such a lovely evening. And we got a lot of merch, which is super good. And yeah, then it was time to celebrate Christmas. And after a horrible day of preparation, we celebrated it in a little group of people, and it was super cozy. And of course, in the end of the day, we ended up in Lockout. But the next days were kind of relaxing, and we didn't really do that much except for saying goodbye to our beloved couch that is now there for the parents and not longer for us. And then it was time to celebrate New Year's, and we were all of us together except for Maria and Clementine. You were missed a lot, but it was a super nice night, and I think we all had a lot of fun. In the new year, my family finally received the package I sent to them, and Germany now has a little bit more Romanian influence. And also the second camp started, and again it was really cool but super exhausting. But yeah, in the end of the day, I came home and I realized how much I like to work with the kids and how grateful I am. And yes, also this camp we celebrated with some friends from Oradea, and which place we showed them, of course, Logout. The end of this video I want to dedicate to a girl that is sadly going to leave this project. Mon ami, my little French friend, the time with you has been amazing, and you cannot believe how happy I am that you are here. I'm going to miss you so much, and it is not going to be the same without you anymore. But I have still 4 more months to go, and I am looking forward to everything that is going to happen. This whole stay here has been the best time in my entire life. I learned so much about me, found so many new friends, and it's like a dream came true. My life in Romania is amazing, and I'm so happy that I can say it's my life, or better say, our life.